continuation from the last one, or maybe a fresh video. I'm in the Yukuhashi region in Kyushu in Japan, and I've stumbled across a place called Motorcycles and Coffee. Here it is. And if you're into old bikes like I am, it's a little bit of nirvana. It's pretty windy at the minute, so we're getting a lot of wind noise. There's a few bikes outside. There's a nice, I think we call these Super Dreams, it's called a Hawk over here. A nice triple Kawasaki, 400 Honda, a little 8, and a lovely GT 380. Someone's revving a bike in the background. Is that in here? Oh, it's upstairs. There's a garage upstairs. The GT 380, which is a lovely two-stroke air-cooled. My first bike was a GT 250, same model, the not the X7, the earlier one. First ever bike to have a 6-speed gearbox, and there's a fascinating story about how the engine design was actually stolen from a guy escaping East Germany who was the founder of MZ or something. There's a brilliant backstory to how Suzuki got two-stroke technology, which I'll bore you with in another video, but lovely original example. Moving inside. I will go upstairs, yeah, after you. KZ1000. I'm gonna have a look upstairs. So, upstairs in this warehouse is the most epic collection of bikes I think I've ever stumbled across. Most notably, an SC28 Fireblade, the bike I'm building. It's also pretty fucking built as well. So it's the owner's personal rider. Looking at the modifications, it's got RC51 front calipers on it. It's got an Öhlins rear shock. It's got a beautiful twin pipe system on it. It's got lovely like heat balancing pipes in the headers. And underneath it splits really evenly. Really nice split out to two silencers. It's running flat side carbs, custom airbox, so no choke cable. I noticed that straight away. And I've actually sat on one. I've never sat on one. I sat on it for the first time, and it fits. It's massive. It's absolutely huge. I thought it was a tiny bike. It really isn't. It really is a man bike. Wide legs, nice stance. And I'm going to stop talking about it now. Just have a look at this bike. Just casually revving a two-stroke in a closed warehouse. Oh, you have flat sides. Yeah. Yeah, accelerator punch. Yeah. There we go. It's close. Oh, it's so close. Needs a run, but she's there, wonderful. I've had to come to a corner to get some fresh air, but it's just bike heaven. I'll go down this row alone. So we've got GT 380s, 500 triples, CBX 550s, 400 fours, a pair of triples, another triple, another triple, another. It almost makes these really rare, hard to find two-strokes boring. Obviously it doesn't. You got the coffin tank Kawasaki Z1R, not to my liking. Z750, a random Super Duke in the middle of it all, and then down the end you got one of those Paul Smart jobbies that, although pretty terrible bikes to use, to look at, they're pretty hard to beat. Fantastic. More modern sports bikes along here. You've got lovely Hyper Motard. I don't know how big the engine is in that one. RSV4, last of the Aprilia, sort of, well, second to last of the Aprilia. Tubular frames, I think a Gen 2 Busa, Zephyr, Ram Air, ZRX. I don't even know what this bike is, a ZRX. Zephyr, Super Dream looking thingy. Gixxer 750, what is that, K3? I don't know the vintage. Super Duke GT, and then this is an NC35. No, the RVS is the 400 NC35. The later model, the upside down forks. What I like. Brilliant. I'm going to do another ride. A lovely Honda NSR 2-stroke. I don't know if this is 125 or 250. What is it? I don't know. 250. Hasn't got a single sided swing arm. I thought it did. Is that a 750 or a 400? Is this a 750? Can't tell the difference. A Harley Davidson, the motor, Busa. Fucking look at the state of these Ducatis, just decay. Widowmaker, the famous rotary damper Suzuki, a really old super sport. Very nice, and yeah, some beautiful 2-strokes. And a race replica. I mean, Z900, original downpipes, just hanging out. What's down here? Wow. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Very, very cool bike. That's a 750. That's a race bike. Slightly wider. These little, that's an RC45 750 race bike. I'm certain those two over there must be 400s because they look like that. In the corridor, not even on display, you got a motor. Is it a Tezzy? I don't know. What are these called? Well, DB5R Ducati based V-twin, complete sort of, yeah, tubular Trelli frame, sort of the billet sort of mounting points, and no doubt Marzocchi forks or something that are way too big for the actual power it's got. Yeah, standard. Just an incredible array of bikes. I started downstairs and I got rushed upstairs because I heard motorbikes. Tour downstairs. There's a lovely KZ 1000. If you look closely, it's got, I'm going to turn the camera, don't worry, flat side carbs, maybe some engine work, and just generally loveliness, nice sort of rear sets and stuff. It is for sale for £23,000. Bit of a boring GS750 in comparison. Normally an interesting bike in its own right, but in this crowd it just looks a bit shit. This bike is one of 2,000. It's an SC08 CB1100. It's interesting that my bike's an SC28 and all the Honda sports bikes have SC then their number. And that's been going on for longer than I thought it had. This is one of their 8th ever sports bikes in that sort of family. Just have a fucking look at it. Vented brakes, anti-dive system. This is a pivot. Oh, it's been used. Beautiful. SC08, yeah. You just don't see bikes like this in England too often, unless you are a bike collector. It's a lovely place as well, just to come and chill, have a beer and look around some bikes. So this is a CB400. My dad had one of these, great bikes. Use that a lot actually. This is Samu's first bike, my friend out there. Pretty cheap and cheerful. I do like these Beat engine cases, they are cool. Don't know what that is. Yamaha XS drive something, don't know. That's a baby Katana. 3-cylinder 500, a couple of CB750s. I'm saying that so casually, but these are really beautiful bikes in their own right. That's standard, this is custom with a king and queen seat, aftermarket exhaust, forged wheels instead of spokes. Come around here, you've got the daddy, if you like, a single disc Z900 Kawasaki. Again, original exhaust. Anyone who knows the value of an original pair of exhausts on this bike knows this is something, you know, very much worth preserving in a lovely cafe motorbike restaurant. What I really like with this is they've got a Z900, again single disc, early model, pretty original other than the Vance and Hines, next to the modern day Z900. That's also pretty original. It'd be nice if they had the same paint scheme, but I'm pretty sure these come in a green. Not that, oh, that is green, isn't it? Hard to say, but it's a lovely side by side. Just look at the proportions of the tank though, like, look at the bloody size of it, like. Bikes have got chubbier. A lovely Kawasaki W650 or 800, stunning bikes. 750 triple, absolute beast of a bike. What I didn't know is that these have a steering damper on both the stem and a traditional sort of steering damper, if you like. So one here. Obviously because they've got pedal bike level suspension and brakes and an engine that is as powerful as modern bikes today. Really, I'd imagine this kicks out about as much power as that new Z900 on a dyno, only for a short period of time, but it probably would, you know. It's 750 triples. Comment how good it is for brake horsepower, but I expect to see 100 out of it. A little KH 250 triple, stunning little thing there. It must have tiny little pistons. GS 400, another GS thingy. CB750 custom. Not to my tastes, but that's fine. Proper garage. A lot of special bikes kicking about in there. And last but not least, lovely little, Jesus Christ. Should have a look at that in a minute. A lovely little RD250. I don't know whether it's original or restored. It's so fucking clean. But there's a few marks and bits and bobs that makes me think it could be original. Like, you know, those marks under the tank, and the carbs haven't been soda cleaned and made to look all shiny again. There's just enough weathering to make it look like it could be a survivor. Stunning. Yeah, really stunning. All the 350s are destroyed. There's quite a lot of 250s about, relative. Right, I'm going to go upstairs and see what's going on. That deserves a mention is this Bimotor. It's got a big Honda engine in it, I think. But I'm happy to be wrong. No, it's called a HP, so it's a Honda. I think this has got the CB1100 engine that we saw downstairs. But it's got a quick release front axle, brand new Brembo front brake calipers, and an RCS. What is that? A 19x20, it's not an RCS, but it's got a radial master on it, which means this has probably been used in anger somewhere. But I know who wants to use it properly. It's got these wheels on, I think they're called Comstars, they're like riveted together from 4 parts. I think so, don't know. Big trolley frame. On some of these motors they had like almost like a 2-part swinging arm to keep the gap between the 2 sprockets the same. So for endurance racing the chain tension would remain absolutely the same. I don't think this is it though, so it's an irrelevant point. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's in good company. One other bike here is another Desmo. One of the Ducatis here is this red and green one. It's a Mike Hailwood replica. For those that don't know, Mike Hailwood is the man, undisputed. I think this is the bike he took to the Isle of Man TT after retiring, which wasn't fit to race really, and he nursed it round to win the Isle of Man TT against younger, better competition. A feat which you just can't even speak of nowadays, something of that magnitude happening. But he was a bit of a mechanical wizard and a racing legend, and this was the bike he did it on. So you see quite a few of these based on super sports made to look like Hailwood replicas. Authenticity is always a pain in the arse of Italian bikes because they were built by pizza munching half-arsers, and it's difficult to know what's what. There's a badge down there. But, I mean, it's probably just a stamped bit of tin. It's rough enough to have been used actually, it's probably been used in anger. But what's more important is the story and making sure as many people as possible know who Mike Hailwood is. And if you don't, Google him, because he deserves to be remembered. A very big name in the motorbike world. One of my obsessions is old Japanese motorbiking videos where they're just a few guys in shit leathers hacking it around country lanes, but knee down on every corner in groups of 3 or 4 on tiny bikes where lightness was all that really mattered. And this bike is quintessential in those videos, often with a sort of half cut fairing or no fairing at all, just really need the chassis and the tyres. These little V-twin 250 NSRs or RGVs, this era of bikes where it was all about going around a corner faster than anyone else. They were, as far as I'm concerned, like the sort of pinnacle of bike handling. And this frame structure, these 2 lines going down an aluminium brace, this is a sort of 3 square cross section you get from Honda. They've got on all their best handling bikes, the RC35s, the NC30 and 35. And these NSRs, also my Honda Bros, the little NT650 I have, has the exact same cross section. And as a result, the corner feel is just better than anything else you can really buy. I don't think we've actually come close to matching this yet. And that's corroborated with other like riders talking about their best handling bikes. They often go back to their 90s Hondas, saying you could just put the wheels in whatever position you want and feel good. And also they do fucking cigarette company paint schemes. Bring that back, for fuck's sake. Side comment, a bit random, but all of the bikes you'll notice have their keys in, which is just a fantastic representation of how safe things are here. I mean, I've left my phone, credit card and stuff down on the table and not worried. Oh, this is really nice. I didn't see this earlier. Cherry red GT 380. Quite original with the airbox and the plastic chain guard. Flat front tyre, typical of a spoked 70s bike. This is very original, isn't it? Wow. You don't see that sticker very often. Normally you see Hagon or YSS. I am impressed. The variety of bikes here, tastefully modified back in the day, or brand new bikes with sort of forged racing wheels on. There's everything here. They don't discriminate in their bike loving. I'm a fan, big fan. A great pit stop to come here and just see this place. I'm off now, but this might be the last bike thing I do in Japan. It's been quite a long trip, a couple of weeks out here. Well worth it. I'm glad I've done this. Next time I come to a foreign place, I'll be sure to sniff out any bike scene I can find and rude and put it on the channel. Bit random, but yeah, please like and subscribe. YouTube, I'm officially leaving Japan. Thank you for watching all of my content, looking at motorbikes and random bike shops. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, stay tuned, there's going to be more things to come. Bye bye.